Hello people, this is Latsu7 and welcome to another video of mine, and this time it is something different because you see my ugly mug on the entirety of your screen. So what are we gonna do this time, you might ask? Well, you can see it from the title below that we are going to do a tag video, and I have been tagged by Slug, who's going to, when I have to ask 28 questions about Pokemon. So, as for Slug, I would like to say that, you should check his channel out because we are friends and he does do some content and he does have a capture card. So, I've sometimes asked you to record some battles for me and, as a favor, you could, if you want, you could check his channel out. It might be good for you. Maybe you like his content better than mine. Who knows? Who knows indeed. But anyway, let's jump right into this first question. The first question indeed. So, what is your favorite Pokemon type? Well, my favorite Pokemon type is indeed electric. And it does have some nice Pokemon such as, Jolteon, Electros, Ampharos, Lantern, Rotom, a lot of good Pokemon, and there's Zapdos, things like that, things of that nature. Magnezone, I like electric type a lot, and then there's Steel type, and then I also do enjoy using, well, electric and steel are pretty much my favorite types. I guess I just like gadgets, and I like in a sense, looking at the engineering and all that, it has been my favorite type ever since the beginning. I also do like a bit of dragon types, but let's talk about that a bit later. What's your favorite region? This is a difficult one because as for generations go, there is first generation Kanto, second generation Johto, third generation Hoenn, fourth generation Sinnoh, fifth generation Unova, and 6th generation Kalos. So, honestly, if I want to look at the generations as they are, I would think that, the best generation, I wouldn't say the best generation, but the most important generation is Kanto. But I guess my favorite generation, I feel nostalgic towards Johto. I feel really nostalgic towards Johto. But I think that, I really went back to Pokemon back in Unova, so I guess my, I guess I'm gonna say Johto, because, it is a very throughout generation. There's a lot of things you can do there. And there's also Whitney and Mortis, so there's a lot of memories of Johto. So I would say that my favorite region is Johto. So which Pokemon games do you own? Well, okay, let's see. For starters, I have Tetris. That's a Pokemon game. Okay, I have Blue. I have Gold and Silver. Then there's the Yellow. I also have Crystal. It's not on my hand right now. I have Crystal. I have Leaf Green. I have Sapphire. I have Emerald. I have Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. Pokemon Snap. I don't have Hey You Pikachu because I never bothered to get that. Pokemon Stadium as a child was probably my favorite game because it was just so awesome to play those mini games. It was so much fun. I don't have Pokemon Colosseum. I don't have Ranch or anything like that. I have Pokemon Pinball. I think that's about the first 3 generations. Yeah. I have Pokemon Battle Revolution. There isn't much I can do with that now, but I do have it. I do have Pokemon Battle Revolution. Let's see. I have Platinum. I have Diamond. And then I have Pokemon White 2. And then I have Pokemon X and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, so that's pretty much my collection. I can list it down in the description if someone requests that. But anyway, in what games, which gender do you normally play as? Well, I am very comfortable being a male character in real life and in Pokemon, so that is the gender I pretty much always choose. Do you watch the anime? I did watch the anime. I don't watch it anymore because, well, the time has passed, you know. I watched pretty much the first season of it, and that's about it. I mean, I was a child. It was, you know, coming from television. I mean, I watched it, you know, quite throughout when it came from telly. It was something what I enjoyed watching, but it kind of dropped at some point before, somewhere during 3rd generation, I think. How many seen in the Pokédex in your latest game? Maybe around 600. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's 680. Maybe. So, I haven't completed the Pokédex. I have seen over 600 Pokemon though, and yeah, that's about it. In that game, how many owned in the Pokédex? I would say around 500. As I've said, I have never completed the Pokédex. I usually just go for the oval charm for the breeding purposes. I don't, you know, need the shiny charm because, you know, it's a novelty. Shiny Pokemons are, in a sense, novelty to me. So, you know. It's just, you know, that's something what I usually go for. I could complete the Pokédex if I wanted to. It would probably take a month or from 2 weeks to a month, I feel, if I actually went at it. So, do you even like Pokemon? What kind of question is that? Of course I like Pokemon. I've been playing it ever since Red and Blue, god damn it. So, of course I like Pokemon. Do you collect the training cards? Yes, actually, that is a question. Let me read from my deck box. I don't actually, odd. It's empty. Okay, so, I'm not really sure where my cards are then. Maybe they are in that one box or further down there. But I do have Xerneas EX. I have been collecting the trading cards, and I think that I might get more into trading cards at some point. At one point, my plan was to, you know, win the Finnish nationals on the trading card game, and then go to the Worlds that way, so I could go to the VGC LCQ, and then, you know, try to get myself up in there on the top cut or somewhere. But that didn't really work out because I ran out of time on making a good deck. Anyway, if you have the training cards, do you play the game or just collect? I believe I just, you know, answered that. Right now I don't really play the game or, you know, or collect them. But if I, you know, get the momentum with that idea again, I might, you know, start playing the game pretty seriously. Do you draw Pokemon? That is an interesting question. I have drew some Pokemon indeed, but, you know, I believe I will show some of my drawings a bit later. What is your favorite Pokemon? That is a very good question, well, I guess I can get to show my drawings pretty soon. So, my favorite Pokemon. I would argue that my favorite Pokemon is plastered over my channel. It's a Pokemon that I'm not afraid to show my likings of. It is, of course, Dragonair. Dragonair is a very beautiful Pokemon in my opinion. I like Dragonair, and this is a Dragonair what I have drawn. I drew that from a model. I looked up a picture from an internet. This one, I also drew this, or more or less I traced it. I traced this one. I think, the coloring kinda looks pretty good there. And then there's this one also what I looked up from a model. It looks pretty nice in my opinion. I mean, I do like, Dragonair's elegance. It's in its simplicity of their number 148. It is beautiful, it is elegant, it just has that, you know, divine look to it, and I love it for that. What is my second favorite? That is a more difficult one than favorite one, I would say. As a side note about Dragonair, I, you know, would prefer if Dragonite would be more like a Serpentine kind of Pokemon. Because I do like Serpentine Pokemon, I like Serperior, I like Dragonair, I like Milotic. But as for second favorite, I wouldn't say Milotic or Serperior. I feel I wanna say Jolteon. I wanna say Jolteon because I like Jolteon a lot. I like Jolteon a lot. I also kinda wanna say Gallade because I like Gallade as a Pokemon. So yeah, and there's Registeel and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go with Jolteon. I'm gonna go with Jolteon indeed. So here are some sketches I've drawn from Jolteon, watching at the Sugimori, you know, work. It has kind of same position. The ears are a bit, you know, small compared to the head size, but I kind of... And then there's this also one that I drew as well, you know. I personally think that this one came out pretty well, so sometimes I draw Pokemon, not always, and usually when I do, I look at models. So anyway, what is my favorite legendary? Well, first thing that comes to mind is Zapdos. I like Zapdos. It's maybe it's the first generation nostalgia, because, you know, Zapdos is a cool Pokemon, and I like the birds from the first generation. I also have kind of grown to like Thundurus as for its effectiveness in battle, and in a sense, I like the color scheme of it. You know, it's blue and dark blue. Blue is my favorite color, I would say that. So, you know, I like that. I like Thundurus. I like its, you know, electric blue kind of look to it. But I would still say Zapdos. As my favorite legendary. And my second favorite legendary. This is not definitely Thundurus. No. Let's see. Oh, wait, scratch that. Okay, my favorite legendary is without a doubt Registeel. I cannot believe why I didn't say that, but it is Registeel, without a doubt. I love the Regis. I just love the look to it. It's like, look like a golems, you know, from the future. And when I was playing, you know, the third generation, when I actually managed to, you know, break the braille and, you know, get to the Regis, to the battles, I felt awesome. I felt that, yes, I managed it. I feel that I'm in control. But yeah, I don't remember if I actually broke the braille or watched the video, but back then there wasn't really a YouTube as great as it is now. So my second favorite, Zapdos. Yeah, that looks good. So my favorite legendary, Registeel. Second favorite, Zapdos. So, do you know what the number 493 in the national dex is? Well, it's not 494, it's 493, and I would argue that it might be the god of Pokemon, the creator of all, you know, I think it goes by the name of Original One, I think. I'm not sure if it was Mew or Arceus, but I think it's Arceus. I think it's Arceus. Yeah, it's pronounced Arceus because, you know, Pokemon doesn't want you to pronounce the R's in it. So anyway, would you rather have a Meowth or Growlithe? Competitive side of me would say that Growlithe, because Arcanine has Intimidate, it has Willow with it, is a very good Pokemon of VGC and in singles, mostly in UU, but on aesthetic standpoint I would say Meowth, because I like cats more than dogs. So, do any of your relatives play Pokemon? Not anymore. I used to play some Pokemon Stadium with my sister back in the day, but she doesn't play the game anymore. How often do you think about Pokemon? I would say multiple times in a day. I mean, you know, building teams, thinking of different strategies. Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of things, you know, I've been thinking about, you know. you know, some team strategies and all that. This is just one book. This is just one book. I mean, I have lots of other things what I've written down. I have ideas about using Houndoom in VGC, but I also built a team with Ace, Crobat, and Latios. A lot of different things going about, but honestly, I just, you know, the team what I've been using recently is kind of works out. It's a Rain Mobile team, so it should work. It should work. I mean, it's something what I might think that I would enjoy using. So, do you hide the fact that you like Pokemon from your real life friends? Of course not. Why would I? And there's nothing to be a bit ashamed of if I like Pokemon. I mean, you know, I think it's more childish to hide the fact that you like Pokemon than to, you know, show that you like Pokemon. Because when you show it, you show everybody else that you're this is what you like and this is what you're comfortable with. Do you have pets that you have that resemble Pokemon? Well, about the Meowth and Growlithe, I would say that, you know, I have a cat. And more or less, just Meowth does resemble a cat, so they have both cat-like things, a cat and a Meowth. So I would say that I would have a pet that resembles a Pokemon. I don't usually draw that conclusion, but you could say that in a sense. Which Pokemon do you hate the most? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is, you know, when I think of the Pokemon that I hate the most, I like all Pokemon. In a sense, I do like all Pokemon. But, you know, the Pokemon that I hate the most is a very specific Pokemon. It is a Pokemon of specific trainer. And it is a... It was a PvT at the Pokemon World Tournament in-game in the Unova, Pokemon White 2. I was battling with Stevens, not the other Hoenn champion. What's the Wallace? Yes, Wallace. So Wallace had a team which contained Walrein, and I would say that I hate his Walrein the most because, you know, I lost to that Walrein because it was hitting sheer codes. It was so frustrating that, you know, the Walrein came a boot and then, you know, you cannot pass through this Walrein because it will hit the sheer code. I always wanted to target it down. But then I, you know, and when I built some teams that, you know, directly countered the Walrein, then I kind of, you know, forgot about the other champions because that flipping Walrein, dear God. Honestly, I hate the AI that uses Walrein the most because it has sheer gold, and if it's something in the game has sheer gold that is used by the AI, it will hit it. It will most definitely hit it, so I do indeed hate that the most. What evolution do I like the best? Jolteon, as I've said, and it's my second favorite Pokemon out of them all. Which cast form is the best? I would say that Sandstorm cast form is the best. You know, you get that rock type special defense boost. Okay, so all jokes aside, I honestly think that, you know, Rain cast form is the best one. I would have liked if cast form would have gotten a Megalution because, you know, it kind of would have been nice to have something viable with well, cast form in a sense is very viable, would be viable if it would have a Megalution. You know, Forecast is a very interesting ability and you could use it to, you know, use your own weather and have Weather Ball on it, which would deal a lot of damage. But Game Freak didn't really go with that, so yeah. But I still would say that, you know, Rain cast form is the best because Water type is a very, you know, pretty good defensive type. It's not the best out there, but it's good enough. Now, which Deoxys form is the best? The best. I don't play that much of Ubers, but if I were to use Deoxys right now, I would probably use Speed as a setupper, maybe. But when it comes to aesthetics, I would still probably, conceivably say that, you know, I like the bulky look of Deoxys defense. It looks so, it looks like, you know, come on me, bro. I can take everything you can throw at my way. But even then, Deoxys attack looks very cool. But yeah, I would still say that, you know, Deoxys form, I would still say that, you know, defense is the aesthetically the best, and I would probably use Speed 1 in battle. Articuno, Zapdos, or Moltres? What a difficult question. I would most definitely go with Zapdos. Competitively the best, and also aesthetically, to me anyway, because I like the electric types, and you know, it has the, you know, that shocking look to it, I would say. So, Lugia or Ho-Oh? Honestly, Pokémon was a child in the first episode where Ho-Oh was shown. I looked like, oh, that's so cool! It just looks so shining, and it looks. I don't even know. But out from the two, just because, you know, I'm not gonna give my competitive opinion about this because I don't play Ubers at all. So honestly, I like Lugia better. You know, the Pokemon movie 2000. You know, the 2000th movie they made about Pokemon. You know, in there was the Lugia, and it was pretty cool. And then there was this collector car guy, you know. It all began from Meowth. Something like that, you know. The Finnish translation might be a bit different from the English one. But anyway, I liked Lugia in that one. It was very, very... I want to say awesome, but, you know, I don't know if it's, you know, the right word, but it was cool, it was amazing. So anyway, I would definitely say Lugia over Ho-Oh. And which two people will I tag? That is an excellent question. Indeed. And I would say, for one, I would say Colonel Ben, because I think that he might be doing the tagging video. And also I will say Real Raymond, because, you know, the Flaming Axel, he has done so much for me, and he's a good friend of mine. So I think that, you know, knowing about all these things from him, it might be nice, it might be good, it might be something what he might even do. And also, we both do indeed like Kingdom Hearts. So yes, that is who the two people I will tag. And also, I will thank every single one of you for watching this video of mine. And maybe you have learned something, well, what you wanted to know about. Who knows? Maybe you haven't. Maybe this is going to be my least watched video. Maybe it's gonna be, you know, one of the more watched videos. Who knows? I certainly don't. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for enduring my ramblings. And as always, leave a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, have a fine day.